Water Institute at the University of New South Wales spans across all of the faculties and schools with water expertise, and we were participating in the LMELEARN regional networking workshop in Bangkok last year. And we are presenting our suite of services that the university has in different research areas. It could be law or water quality or climate change. And this one, CoastNap, really caught people's attention and the arms went flying up in the workshop. And when we were there, the LMELEARN and IWLEARN team said there's this twinning exchange to apply for funds to bring together projects and also external parties to come together and learn from each other and install new skills and capacity building. And so we got together 7 of the Pacific Ridge to Reef countries who were interested, and about half of them were able to attend this workshop today and went through the CoastNap process and looking at what their needs were, what their assessment of coastal vulnerability in their home countries was, and how could CoastNap assist with the R2R and also the SPC goals and objectives in the region. Climate change in the Pacific is obviously the big issue, and it's something that everyone is aware of, is the vulnerability in the coastal zone with rising sea levels and increasing severity and frequency of high impact storm events. CoastNap gives the opportunity for communities to become engaged in the monitoring and really gets them using their smartphones and social media to be able to contribute to that conversation and actively participate and share what's going on. So I think that's quite exciting. And seeing how well it's taken off in Australia and other countries, I think the Pacific will not be far behind in using this as a way to compare and collate stories on coastal issues.
We're just demonstrating how it works from the setup to the processing of the data. But now what we're hoping for is that different participants from the workshop will then go, now that they've seen how quite simple it is to set up. It's just a piece of stainless steel and a sign, and you can just attach it to a location along the coast. Maybe because we had participants from Fiji, from Samoa and from Tonga, we're hoping that go back to their respective countries and start thinking about how they could potentially use this community-based monitoring tool to track coastlines all across the South Pacific.
We don't have a database, a data within us and how the coastal back in years, because we just talk face to face with the community, and this is what they say. But actually, there are no records, real records of what they are talking about. But when this one is, when I came on this training, and then I realized that this is a very important one. How to monitor the rivers, and also it's the best one for the setup strategies and how to go along with our climate change issue. The climate change that we're discussing with the community, and this is the real issue that we can take down in a community level, so that they understand that this is what actually happened. The climate change, and also it's a way of making them aware that this is what happened actually in their coastals.
So for my job, what we deal with is monitoring our water resources. And for Samoa, there's quite a few coastal springs in the villages, in the communities, and this is their go-to when there's water shortages during, for example, cyclones and a lot of other kind of natural disasters. So for us to have this tool, it will be good to monitor all these natural springs and better inform our policy development process so that we can better adapt to any sort of changes that go on in the coastal areas, specifically our pools, and how we can try and better manage them through regulations and better include it in our policy making. Yeah, so I think that would be one of the greatest areas that we can focus on. Also our rivers, our river channels. This is also one of our water sources that we focus on, and I think CoastNap would be a good tool to try and monitor how much of the agricultural activities next to our river streams, how those impact on erosion in our riverbanks. Yes, so this would be very useful for us to have that kind of data to inform how we can better combat all these issues in the future.
I think with the images, the images tell strong stories. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and I think the media, if we do provide them with this kind of information, would be going for it, and that would be really useful in adding facts to the stories that they run, and doing the communication work for our programs. It would really help, because to have videos showing what is actually happening, or photos which people can relate to straight away, will have a better impact on them.